Hey, welcome. Good Wednesday morning to you. Got a couple of great reports today for you. We got a Saginaw River report coming to you from Colin DeRue and a whole gang of guys, 16 different guys that went out and had a great day on the water. And then we've got a secondary report too coming from Drummond Island. Now the guys at Drummond Island, John Goebel and Customized Sport Fishing, have been out Drummond Island north towards Muskogee, fishing in the middle grounds. Another great report coming from John. Really good perch fishing, really good white fishing. Stay tuned here for two great reports. It's Wednesday morning here at the Hot Bites Fishing Report. So hey guys, this is a Saginaw River report. Different from Saginaw Bay now because Colin DeRue and a whole gang of his friends went out and spent a day this past weekend on the water. And here's one for you. 16 guys fishing and all 16 guys got their limit. That tells you how good the fishing is. Now, they were fishing directly in front of Veterans Memorial Park, right at the headwaters where it comes out of Saginaw Bay and dumps into the river. Now, that bite has been lights out, and it's a very specific bite. Colin spilled the beans to me. Fishing 5 and 7 Rapala jig and wraps. Again, Fire Tiger, Hot Tiger, which is the orange and yellow, and purple has been the best three colors for the group. And they were tipping them with minnow heads on the treble. But here's the key. They said they were really working their jig and wrap slow. A really slow cadence, making sure you pound the bottom with and maybe every third or fourth up. You have to be creating that contact with the bottom. They were really slow jigging, even stopping and holding at times, and the fish would come in and just whack it. Now, when the bite slowed, and again, when 16 guys catch their limit, that's a lot of fish hitting the ice. So there was up times of the bite and down times of the bite. When the bite slowed, a couple of their guys came up with the idea of, hey, let's really aggressively jig and then pause, really aggressively jig and pause. That, they said, worked great to get the fish to fire back up again and start biting. So there's a couple of little tips in there for you. You know, you want to vary your cadence whenever you're fishing crocodile spoons, Swedish pimples, jig and wraps, you name it. You have got to experiment with cadence. There's usually fish around on Saginaw Bay or in the Saginaw River, right? So a lot of times it's not a case of the fish not seeing your bait. It's a case of the fish not being triggered by your bait. Also, if you're looking for great electronics, I'm here at DNR Sports Center. Ice bundles from Garmin are a game-changing thing. I use an ice bundle, and that's the live scope bundle is what I'm talking about, where you can actually drop it down into your hole and scan around you to kind of get a feel for the density of the fish population where you're at. That can be a quick way to establish a great starting spot or a not so good starting spot wherever you're ice fishing. I like the ability of not just seeing down some, 2 or 3 feet piece of water, that's 8 or 10 or 20 feet below you. I'd like the idea of being able to scan out 20, 30, 40, 50 feet all around me very slowly to see, hey, am I dealing with an area of where there's a better population. Also, when you're in a river circumstance, what happens? Of course, you're on a sloping bottom, right? You can get on flats and rivers, but most river edges have sloping bottoms. So by being able to start shallow, let's say 8 feet, and look either in or out, if you can look out 100 feet, you might be looking out into water that's 12, 14 feet deep. And if you see a concentration of fish 60, 80 feet out, it could be that your starting spot is too shallow. And that tells you to go ahead and pick your stuff up, go ahead and move out to 14 feet to start fishing there. Why? Because that's where the fish are. Very rarely are you going to call fish in from deeper water to shallower water. It's much more likely that you start in the right depth and you call fish to where your jigging location is at. That's just a little tip of why it's worth it to tell your wife to save her money to buy you a Christmas present you'll really use. And that's a Garmin Ice Bundle with Panoptix Live Scope. But hey, right now, fishing from Veterans Park down to the Zilwaukee Bridge, very consistent fishing there on the Saginaw River.
This is our PBCV-4, planer board caddy vertical style 4-unit. So this is a planer board caddy is designed to go right inside of our vertical tree in our slot. 2 stainless steel screws and a stainless steel piece of stock in here tap allows our unit to slide up and down anywhere we want it. Holds 4 inline planer boards in here right on the side of your vertical tree to help keep everything neat and cleaned up for you. Our PBCV-4.
So hey, we promised you another Drummond Island report, and guys, if you have never fished up there in Drummond Island in the winter, it is a totally cool experience. You know, Drummond doesn't shut down. This is one of the unique places that is absolutely not seasonal, meaning this place is on all the time. This is an ATV and snowmobiler and ice fisherman's mecca. All the businesses are open to take care of you. My favorite guy up there is my guide partner, John Goebel from Customized Sport Fishing. And the cool thing about John is, just like most of my guides, they don't stop fishing the minute they put their boat away. They take a little bit of a break, they wait for the ice to firm up, and they're right out there taking customers out on the ice. And John tells me there's a really good bite going on in 15 to 30 feet in the middle grounds right now for a combination trips. So these are nice sized perch and really nice tasty whitefish and herring. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I don't want to fish for whitefish or herring. You don't have to. You're perch fishing, and you're just going to get these bonus whitefish or herring. And let me tell you what, guys, if you've never caught one of these through the ice, they are hard fighters. You'll think you got a big walleye on. They're really nice 18 to 22-inch fish. And one of the best things that you can catch through the ice if you're going to eat it right away or smoke it is a whitefish. It's awesome. You fillet them up, you can flash fry them. They're really, really good. Just fillet the bones out of them. If you're going to smoke them, you know, just smoke them. And then when you peel them off after the smoking process is done, the bones stay all connected to the carcass, and they're super, super tasty. They're one of the best. I see all these guys doing their smoking recipes for brisket and pulled pork. Guys, you got to smoke whitefish. They are unbelievable. Now, the perch, obviously, they're what everyone's targeting. It's kind of cool. Now, one of my pieces of advice to you is, John said to mention, if you're coming by yourself, not with a guide, you're going to really want to concentrate on fishing light line and small baits. So when I say light line, 2 different ways you can fish it. You can fish it with like a 4 or 5 millimeter tungsten. When you're fishing in deeper water like that, you might need a bigger tungsten, and wax worms. Or you can fish with a split shot on light line, a small number 12 hook with a dorsal hooked blue. You know, not a huge minnow, you know, just a moderate sized perch minnow. That seems to be what's been triggering most of the fish. Now, I like to fish a dead rod with a split shot and a treble hook, and then I like to jig my tungsten very slowly in my jigging hand. Now, again, if you want to put assistance to getting your rig down, you can put a small split shot, maybe a foot above your tungsten, to help get you down. And then you can, of course, reel the split shot up off the bottom and work it a little bit. But you're going to want to work an area, 6 inches to 18 inches off the bottom, back and forth with your jigging motion. But right now, Drummond Island, one of the most awesome places to go. The fishing's really, really good. Give my friend John Goebels from Customized Sport Fishing a call. He can get you out on the ice. He can show you how to fish up there, and you can either keep coming back year to year and visiting John, or try a foray of your own once you understand how and where to fish.
Freeway Sports Center is Southeast Michigan's fishing boat headquarters. Freeway carries the full line of Angler Quest fishing pontoons and Polar craft boats, powered by Honda outboard engines. Stop by our showroom today at US 23 and Thompson Road in Fenton, or visit us online at freewaysports.com. Spring, summer, fall, or winter, get to Freeway Sports Center.
So hey, we've got, like I said, we're here in DNR Sports Center's boat display area, and we talked a little bit yesterday about getting your deposits in with Miles and the staff here at DNR to get that boat delivered to you before walleye and bass season this year. And that is definitely a possibility with all of the manufacturers that DNR is dealing with: Triton, Ranger, Tracker boats, and their pontoon lines. They've got good supplies on order, but they need to put orders in order to get those boats, and that means a deposit. Secondly, I talked with Katie in the office, and Randy and Katie and Janice and the whole staff here at Miles has got their big spring bash planned. It's going to be the Easter weekend as always, Friday and Saturday before Easter, so that I think is the April 15 and 16. They've got speakers coming. They're going to have the store on sale, basically. All the stuff to help people get ramped up for this upcoming fishing season. They always do it a couple weeks before the start of walleye season, right in the middle of April. It's the best time. So you can come in, put that on your calendar, plan to come. You listen to great seminars. You get great deals on fishing tackle, rods and reels, and yes, boats. And you know what? It's just a fun weekend to be here at DNR Sports Center. I'll be here, so see you then, and we'll see you on the water possibly, because I'm going to try to get out and film some ice fishing here in the next month.